Hello, welcome back to this channel of love and light. So I've been busy working on my fishing channel, Norwegian Bushcraft and Fishing, which you can see here. If it's the right side, maybe it's there. And it's been a nice summer. I've been maybe about 15 fishing trips and also put up some tents and used my drone for filming. And everything is on film and made a lot of nice, beautiful nature videos which you can watch. And I've also gotten some fishes and showed you how to prepare dinner for making trout. And now we are on the spiritual channel, and there is a lot of happenings in the world. We were warned about this. The darkness was going to play out their cards, and they have done that. The technology is rising, the spiritual and frequency is rising on Earth. We are starting to understand that we are not alone in the universe. We are starting to create robots and advanced crafts, and we already have the knowledge and the recipes for making spaceships, but they are not telling us how they do it. It might be because there are consequences, or the technology might be so advanced that it should not fall in the wrong hands. But you know, that is the wrong mentality which maybe were used 50 to 70 years ago. There is still, of course, competition between the different countries to have the best warlike technology and be the superior state. That is still going on, and of course Putin now is playing out his cards and has been doing that for a long time. He say he feels threatened, but I don't understand that, you know. There is also rumors and talk about there has been some soul swapping going on in those regions. The dark patches we found flying around earlier, some years ago, I think that was energies, you know, wanting to try to either possess people or, you know, swap out the soul by soul contracts, you know. So how they do that, you know, I don't know, but there's a lot of rumors about extraterrestrials, you know, leaving their bodies, getting born here, and then re-entering their bodies when their missions are done. It's kind of a tube-like technology. If there is cryogenics involved, I don't know, but I think there is more frequencies and light involved in this, you know, because the higher frequencies have so many more abilities, you know, to manipulate the matter around them. And also, they are not living in limitation and denial and separation, which we are doing here. We are being manipulated and controlled. So they have quite more advanced technologies and spiritual awareness, so they can teleport, levitate, you know, PSI, and many can also use telepathy. So they don't need to talk to communicate with each other. But this you already know, most of you. So I hope that, you know, for peace in the world, and this, you know, calms down, and that love and light comes into the world. You know, there's so much I can do. I'm just one human being, but if we are standing together, we have a much bigger voice, a higher voice, which can reach out to everyone in the world. We have the internet, and people should not accept this, there are thousands of innocent people dying, now we are in a time of development, both technological and spiritual, so it's very dangerous, to start warring with the advanced technologies, and we should really be past that, we should have learned from our previous mistakes, but since humans live so short, and when we are starting to gather knowledge and wisdom, we die, and then, it repeats itself, so I think this is a genetic manipulation from certain races which have made sure that we humans live short lives, so it's easier to put us into a repetitive state, like history repeats itself. That's one of the old callings, and everything goes in cycles, there have been civilizations here before on Earth, they are gone now, but the souls are not gone, and they come back, to try to learn again and amend, and try to do things a different way, try to learn from their past mistakes, and mend some karma. But karma, is not just what they tell you it is. It can be forgiven. So really it's up to you, your inner state, how this goes. If you forgive everything, if you find peace inside yourself, you have really found peace with the outside too. Because then it doesn't affect you. Why should it? Why should you, dig yourself down because of other people? You should dig yourself up and live and create and be free, And that's where we are going, we humans. But some doesn't want us to be free. Some doesn't want us to have that knowledge and wisdom of the higher light, and the higher technologies. They want to use it for themselves and manipulate us like slaves. So, and they know that the higher elite, or whatever you want to call them in those positions, they know the truth because they have kept it for themselves, and now they use war and manipulation, sickness to drag our frequencies down. They don't want to lose their empire or their, treasures or hoards or whatever you call it. But we're tired, Humanity is tired of being oppressed and manipulated and being sent out to wars to fight wars for a couple of egoistic men's purpose, We want to create a beautiful, peaceful planet on this earth, where everybody can have a great life. But there's a lot of things to do, a lot of things that must be mended and balanced before we are there. So enough about that, The best thing you can do is, is to take care of yourself, mend your own spiritual and your own freedom and your own light, because everything begins inside of yourself. If you can become a good man or woman, you can give that to others also, But nobody's perfect. We all have our human desires. We all have our addictions. We all to come to that point, where everybody can function in love and peace together on this planet, If we can do it in my lifetime, I don't know. We will see, you can look at the world now. It seems like people are, struggling, and they seem to, pull towards the negative always, judgment and fear, and he is not like me, she is not like me, so they have to be judged and put down. And forgiveness is very hard to come around, We are a special species, Our feelings and our emotions, how we react to things, it's just very complicated, for many of the other races to understand. That's why they are watching us too, trying to learn something. And enough about that. So I will try to channel a little bit, see what gets through. Yes, I think maybe Arcturians want to say something. There is many, who have important things to say. It's often it is repetition because, it seems like we humans need to be spoon-fed in a way, because it doesn't go in. People are in kind of a trance or being manipulated. They just want to be one of the herd, do their jobs, make money, raise their family. That's the ultimate, But you can see how it goes, It's nothing wrong in that, but we need to have a higher spiritual understanding to create peace for all on this planet. And then we have to work for it too, So, but it's free will. It's still free will, I hope this will go okay, and that we will find our path for all humans on this planet, so we all can find peace. Thank you, humans. Welcome to this session of light. You come prepared. You who are here now is meant to be here. You work for the light. You are heart and love. And you show it every day. The message is as needed for this time. It is about union. It is about finding and locating the light inside yourself. And find peace and use this to enlighten your fellow human beings, which are stuck in the lower frequencies and are not able to move very freely because they have no knowledge of the light and have forgotten how they use it to help themselves and others. You which are awakened need now to awaken your brothers and sisters and talk about love and talk about peace, because some of the darkness has come to earth and is super oppressing many and keeping them in the dark. They are also influencing their lower light into manipulating and egoistic wars which are holding your enlightenment and development down. You know this to be true. You see it all around you now, that the Dark Ones have played their solutions and oppression upon the world. As you have a saying, they have played some of their cards. From a creator perspective, which we are on that frequency, and you are approaching that frequency in small steps, we see that you need to gain a higher form of light to greatly infuse and develop a path of love into a rainbow heart frequency which can be delivered as radio signals and an antenna of love to others. The more you can broaden your light towards others and speak about these peaceful and loving, heartful and delightful experiences and loving moments which you are part of, it will be easier for them to unroot themselves from darkness, addiction and lower frequencies. And it's very important also to support this one, because he has never really asked for any support. He has only given this out of his free will, and let you, by your free will, follow him and guide yourself towards higher frequencies and love. You know that what he speaks of is truly resonating with your heart, and you know that the light and love which he comes with, it is only love. There are many standing here to see and watch what is going on. There are many here which helps him cleanse himself, and are here for the light. We are constantly working to cleanse him and to remove those which are of darkness and which are of lower frequency, which wants to impale their frequency into him and on him, because they know his strength and his work and his mission here on earth. He has seen our spaceships in the air, in the skies, and we have shown him our light, and that we are supporting of him. And he is from the Arcturian Orion systems and an ambassador of light for everybody. He is also followed and carefully watched by many. They know his strength, they know his energy, they know his determination, they know his skills. And we are here to protect those skills and to let you know that you are loved through him, and through all those messages of peace and light which come from our agenda and our confederations of love around in the universe. Agencies have already have enormous benefition from their technology which they have developed from our and some of the Confederation spaceships and the Federation of Light. They are already traveling out to your moon and your Mars and around, and also visiting different spacefaring races. But they do not want you to know the truth, because they are using you for economical and financial development and exploration and using. They are taking advantage of you. You are in many ways like cows which they milk for energy and for capital, because they need to keep the system flowing and the economies growing. That is their agendas here. That is their style of play. There is still much to be learned. There is still much experience to be gained and growth to be had. I remember, humans, how strong you really are, and the light which shines inside you. It is not forgotten, it is only dim now. Remember to give that heart, that love, that shining beacon of light to everybody around you, and talk freely about your experiences with extraterrestrials, your experience with love, your experiences with the darkness and how they manipulate, and show that to those around you so they can shine and raise their frequencies away from that which is manipulation and lower light. Do not let those which search and to contain you and to hold you and use you for their own momentum and power and ego. Be free and use your heart and see that your humans are so much more than what they portray you to be. It is all a dance. It is all from the perspective of Source to learn and to become expansion, something more. You are beautiful. Remember that, every one of you. We know there are some which deny and hold back and are accustomed to the traditions of the love and light frequencies, but see past that, see inside of yourself, see the truth, see how much more you really are, and that this layer of frequency only holds limitation for you. Rise above it, look inside yourself, don't deny yourself the frequencies of love which are you. From your higher self, you know this to be true. We oppose deception and darkness, and we are in the light. As you go on a quest to do this yourself, remember, protect yourself, raise a light, meditate, become that which you truly are, a heartful, loving, beautiful soul, which wants to expand into infinity. Thank you for this, and become that light which shines for everybody, that beacon which can guide, and that light which leads. We want to also talk about what this one mentioned for our last one session, about the soul swapping, which has and can go on from the spiritual level, which you humans have forgotten. Some have the knowledge about this, that there are some dark influence by agreement which are going on. But you have the free will, you have the power to stop it. You want peace, you want harmony, you want love, you want the light to shine through the world, and you want to be that one which experiences and turns the darkness into that light. Go on now and show yourself who you are to the world. Go on now and show them who you are. Show them your strength and talk about the light and the movement of love which goes on in the world now. Do not be afraid, be free, and dance together, and dance in the unity and frequency of your heart. Do not let fear and anger hold you down. Let your light shine now for the world. Thank you. From the Confederations of light. Wow, that was intense, I would say. So I want to add something here, because while I was getting into the trance state, or the higher spiritual state, by trying to breathe and relax, I was seeing this UFO which was shining and blinking, and and then suddenly I saw this face, very Arcturian, but I expected an Arcturian to come through, and it did, but it seemed like it was kind of a higher leader, or some sort of I don't know what I should call it, but at least a higher spiritual leader, and a part of a confederation which includes the Orions and the Arcturians and a lot of other races, Essassani, some of the tall blondes, the Nordics, the Pleiadians. It's just many reptilian races also. So it's just enormous many races out there, and now it's getting a lot of hybrids too, because they have intermingled with humanity. And the message, was about love, of course, as it used to be, and the light which shines in us, and for people, to start to give out that light and talk about it, and don't be afraid, which is happening now. People, they are tired of the wars. They don't want to have it like that. They want to be in peace and live and give, and be with family, friends, and loved ones. They don't want to go to war and kill each other because some few egoistic bastards tell them to do it. And that's what we're seeing now with Russia and Ukraine. That it is oppression, and there's also, the wanting and the needing for relief, and for, to suppress the oppression, and to fight the oppression. And it's extremely important now, because the technologies and the spiritual development is racing along, and it seems we humans are kind of being pushed back with the lower frequencies, and we don't want that. We are fighting back, And he also said that there has been some soul swaps going on in the Russian government, it seems. So the darkness are playing out kind of their, really, wow. It is, if this is true, it's we have some trouble, and we need to fight it, And what is also, very strange for me is that many of probably the agencies, or, those which sit on the information, probably know this, So, this is just what you call pretty a mess, And what I also saw during the session was, suddenly I saw some reptilian eyes, and then an insectoid. So they was trying to interrupt the session. They was trying to pull me out of, the channeling. But I got kind of, I saw this white, I saw this darkness came, and then the white come and pushed it away again. And then the session continued. But it seems like it was not only one guy talking, because the voice changed. So there seems to be several, higher spiritual beings talking through me, through that confederation. So it seems to be above the confederation, the Federation of Light and the Federation of Worlds. So this was a confederation of worlds. There are many federations together. So that was interesting. And also they talk about, to dance, to be free, to show yourself, to live and be happy, and try to avoid, the lower light and the lower densities, because we tend to, or we humans are, trained or manipulated to, watch, action movies and play action game, war games and everything, you know. They want us to stop that, because it is in a way creating, manifesting a lot of the stuff you see now, the wars and everything. So we are kind of manipulated with our free will to give them energy to do this. So it's a little bit, you know, we have to think about what you think of and where you send your energies. So we don't think about that. We just live our lives and just, you know, play our games and, you know, have our issues with other people and everything. But I think everything, you know, counts up. So how you think is very important, you know, how your world becomes. And that, you know, it's maybe one of the most important things, you know, to think positively and, you know, don't let others make you grieve or, you know, become depressed or think negatively. And I didn't get any names, you know, so it seems just like a lot of voices wanted to, you know, come true. So it was a beautiful message again, you know, and I hope you will support me and help me, because what I'm gaining from Patreon I'm giving away to welfare and to people who needs it. And I haven't really gotten anything out of YouTube yet, because I haven't really made the threshold, you know. So we're kind of stuck there, you know. And they have taken down my AdSense account too, so I can't really earn anything, I can't really give anything. So why it is like that, I don't know. So I hope you can support me and make my subscribers go over 1,000 or maybe up more, and so we can monetize the channel and start giving more money to people, because that is really what the channel was all about. So I feel I can't give as much as I want, because I don't have the support which I need. And I hope you will support me, subscribe and like my videos, and join me on Patreon, and you will of course help me and decide where we are going to give the money. I have 5 Patreons members now, which help me with kind of $50 I think, and that is kind of made into a pool, and every 4th month I give it away to some charities, and we will keep on doing that. And I try to find some either abroad or in this country which supports humanitarian needs, and I try to support Ukraine the last times. So I hope and pray that you can support me at least with $1, so we can give more. And if I get over 10 Patreon members, we will start to have votes, so you can vote where you want to give the money, and that which are most voted will, of course, we will send the money there and help them. So, and if more of you, if you want to start a project like this yourself, do it, you know, because it helps. You don't need to support me, you can make it yourself, but if you want me to do it for you, I can help. So I will continue to bring in higher beings which talk about love, and which want us to change the world, you know. And of course they want to come here too, but you know, it's dangerous for them, because they are being shot down and attacked by dark agendas, I feel. So, you know, I'm not very insightful or have the best knowledge of everything which is going on in the extraterrestrial and the UFO. I just get the messages. So, but I do feel that it is more positive, you know, than negative there. So a lot more positive. They're trying to help us. So what's really going on, I don't know. So, but you know, you have a feeling about one, and the information you get, you know, kind of helps you out there. Okay, so much love to you and namaste. Hope you will subscribe and support me. And have a nice day. Remember to give a little bit to your friends and from your heart.